I heard some screaming and I walked over. I saw a bunch of blood on the roosting bars.
A couple of my bearings also seized up, so that's what I'm asking is how many you want to do.
I would go as far as to say every foot.
Standing next to it and looking down, I don't like it.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Hello friends, it is a brand new day. We are about to head outside and start working on the mill and just getting lumber ready. But I wanted to make this really quick breakfast pizza that we saw at the store. It looks so good and we are starving. We really need some fuel to get ready for this very long, exhausting day. So I just put that in the oven and then I think I'm going to fill our hummingbird feeders because we've seen a lot of hummingbirds over the past couple days just come up to the house looking. So I think I'm gonna fill these up and then hand them to Cody so he can go put them out. But yeah, it's gonna be a good day. For my hummingbird feeders, I'm going to heat up 4 cups of water and I'm gonna add 1 cup of sugar. Now that it's clear and all the sugar's dissolved, I'm gonna turn it off and then put it to the side. I'm gonna let it cool a little bit and then I'll transfer it into my containers for the hummingbirds. We've had the breakfast pizzas before and it was just a little off tasting, and I think it's because they're supposed to be immediately cooked or put in the fridge and then cooked the next day, and we put ours in the freezer and then we cooked it. So it always tasted a little bit weird, but since this one was fresh, it was actually really, really good. I really liked it.
Yeah.
First, let's take the girls a treat.
Breakfast?
Hi ladies, I have leftovers. Okay, I heard some screaming and I walked over to the coop to check on the girls and I saw a bunch of blood on the roosting bars. And this girl looks like she's been getting picked on. So we're gonna go ahead and separate her and see if we can take care of her because she's not looking good on her undercarriage from being picked on, it seems like, from the other ladies. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in her house and separate her. I know. While I get everything ready. This happened to one of our other chickens. She was just getting picked on a little bit and I guess they moved on to one of the barred rocks. So our other chicken healed just fine. And because of that, I have all of the proper things. So I'm just gonna get my area set up and then get her all taken care of.
Do you need any help with anything?
No, I should be good. What are you gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna finish fixing the sawmill then so we can mill whenever you're done.
Okay, this is probably gonna take me like, I don't know, 40 minutes because I'm gonna soak her for probably 30.
Okay, well, at the rate that's going fixing the sawmill, it'll probably take me about the same, so.
Okay.
Just let me know if you need help.
Okay, love you. So I'm gonna start with some warm water, not too hot, not too cold, just some nice warm water, and then just add a little bit of Epsom salt. Now let's go grab our chicken. Out here. You ready for your bath, girlfriend? Come on, it's okay. It's okay. Good girl. It's a good chicken. That's a good chicken. Girl. It's okay. I'm gonna sit here for like 20 to 30 minutes as long as she'll let me. And then we're gonna dry off her butt. Yeah. It's been exactly 10 minutes and we're going strong, but we're not happy about it. All right, I think we've gone on as long as we can, so let's transport to a towel. It's okay. Oh, there we go. Do you see yourself? She's all wrapped up in a towel and I want her to completely dry before I try to put any sort of ointment on her. So it looks like we're gonna be sitting down, relaxing, catching up on some emails, maybe some editing, but just hanging out inside for a bit. Which I'm not mad at because it's pretty hot out there. Are you angry? Like, what's going on? Confused? I also didn't show a whole lot just because I don't want to risk any of my stuff getting taken down on YouTube or getting flagged. I'm not going to show anything too graphic, but whatever you assume pecking looks like, this is the classic case of it. Almost dry, not quite yet, but we're getting there. Very restless though. We are very restless.
All right, so while Summer's been tending to the chickens, I've been trying to get this sawmill back up and running, and unfortunately that's not gonna happen today. So I found out the issue, the blade guides ended up moving. They're these guys right here. It basically holds the blade in place. Whenever I was cutting, I guess the blade guides ended up getting a little bit moved, and it was causing the blade to wanna rise whenever I cut. So I went to adjust them and everything. I changed the guides up from what they originally were whenever I bought it. They used to just be like steel blocks instead of roller bearings like that. So the guides were never intended to have roller bearings on them, so they didn't quite fit. But right now I'm making the slot in it bigger, so that way I can adjust the wheels and get them where they need to be. A couple of my bearings also seized up, so I had to order some replacements, and they won't be here until tomorrow. So we're gonna have to pause on this until tomorrow. And I guess we'll go see what Summer's doing and see what else she wants to work on today.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is add some of this antibacterial, antifungal pecking sores spray on her bum, and then I'm gonna let that dry for like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna do the ointment. So let's give her a good spritz. Good girl. She's getting a little unruly now, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap her back up. Alright, last thing we're gonna do is put some ointment on her. This is a pecking ointment. It's supposed to deter pecking because it's blue. We'll see if that's what it does. When we did it with our other girl, we did all of her treatment at night, so they're sleeping. Nobody really messed with her. It is the middle of the day, so we're gonna monitor her, and if they have any issues, then we'll bring her back in and put her in like a crate or something. But for now, I think I'm just gonna put it on her and then put her back in her house and see how she does. But I don't want to contaminate my jar because I might need it again as this is becoming an issue. So I'm just gonna get a bunch and put it on the back of my hand. That way, I don't have to keep going back into the jar. It's okay, girlfriend.
Just hold still.
It's okay. You feel better.
Don't worry, I'm not pointing your butt at the camera. Nobody can see it. I'm done. That was my fault. Alright, so we're out here in the backyard ready to work. We basically decided that since we're waiting on parts for the sawmill that'll hopefully show up tomorrow, and we don't have any mud to do mudding inside the house, we're just going to go ahead and finish the section of fencing that we already have put up. So basically we're just going to be finishing the top portion of it. Got about 13 3/4 inches left between this bottom 2x4 and the top of the post. So we're gonna make our vertical post 12 1/4 inches tall, and that'll leave us 1.5 inches for the top plate. I was gonna start doing this first section right next to the house, but then I remembered we're gonna put a gate right here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this one, and we're gonna move on to the second one. 3, 5, and 7. See how that looks.
Are we not doing a bunch of them?
That's what I'm asking, is how many you want to do.
I think probably
Then
I would go as far as to say every foot.
you want that many?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought we were gonna do.
Let's try every red mark and see what you think about that.
I don't mind that. That's fine. Okay, my dilemma is because it is a 2x4, it does hang off just the slightest bit because they're obviously rounded edges. And it hangs off both on the front and the back, so it's not like you can push it over and overcompensate. So
I mean, if that's your only complaint and you still want it like this, we can run the 2x4s through the planer and we'll make them flat on each side.
I feel like that's so much work.
Yeah, that's all trade-offs.
can I live without it? I think I can live without it. I think I can just like get past it and never see it. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think you'll really pay much attention to it. That even happened? It curved and came back out this way. The nail came back out towards me, but I shot it that way. I've never seen that before. That's crazy.
Cody ended up taking this first panel down because we're gonna put a gate right here, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 panels done, and we have 3 more to go, but we ran out of wood, so let's go cut some more.
All right, one more to go for this side of the fence.
All right, so what do you think, honest opinion?
Honest opinion, standing next to it and looking down, I don't like it, but like standing over there and looking at it dead on, I like it. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah, it looks a little funky just because of the elevation difference, and so obviously not everything is going to line up perfectly, so when you look at it kind of from an angle, it looks just a little bit funky, but looking at it head on, it looks great in my opinion. I love it.
That's all that matters.
But we did get a couple questions like, your fence isn't even lined up, you're not doing it the right way.
Yeah, we're building on the side of a hill, so obviously there's going to be some parts that, you know, slope down or slope up. And because it's just a fence for the backyard for the dogs, I'm not going to spend 100 hours on the tractor trying to make the backyard flat.
Yeah, so we're just building around it, which that's why you'll see the different heights throughout the fence, but it's really not that big of a deal. And actually a majority of fences are like that if there is an elevation difference throughout the property, so.
Yeah, it's just one way to combat that elevation change.
Yeah, what are we doing now?
I guess going to rule game?
When we originally bought all of the materials for this fence, we bought hinges for the gate. We are putting a gate or an opening right here. We didn't really account, or I didn't really account for the size of everything, so that's just a little bit too large. I think we're gonna end up having to pick up something else because this just isn't gonna work. And the other thing that we need to pick up are staples, because we're gonna staple the cattle panel fence in just to reinforce it extra. So we don't have any, we need to go pick some up, which means I think we're gonna have to do a supply run.
Hey, careful pulling on that one. I got my cantaloupes trellising on it.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Protect the cantaloupes.
All right, everybody was asking about staples, so we picked up some fencing staples, and we're going to be adding one at each corner for each side, and then one in the middle. So each panel will have 6 staples total. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Well, I can't really see anything anymore, which definitely isn't a good thing when you're swinging a hammer. So
Yes.
I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. And not to mention I'm starving, so
Yeah, and we're
I think,
disgusting.
yeah, so I say let's go shower, clean up, or I guess clean up, shower, and make dinner.
Yes, and put up the animals.
Yep. I guess so. Cool.
I'm exhausted, but we still have to eat dinner. I'm gonna be making stuffed bell peppers with some leftover rice and some smoked sausage because I don't really feel like browning beef. I don't know, and I didn't defrost any, so this is what we're having. We're gonna make it work. I don't think most people add diced tomatoes, but I like tomatoes, so we're gonna add tomatoes. I'm gonna turn my burner off and then add in my rice. This is just leftover Spanish rice that I made the other night with dinner. I'm gonna use that up and then mix it all in. And now I'm just going to put all of the filling into the bell peppers. Cody ended up wanting 2, so I had to cut up another one, but that's perfect because we have a ton of filling. Top with cheese. I want them just a little bit more done, so I'm gonna broil them for literally maybe 3 minutes. I'm gonna stay right here because if I walk away, they're gonna burn. I fried up a little bit of squash with some butter, and please ignore the very dirty stove, okay? I'm tired and I'm not gonna clean because we've been working all day, so ignore. Maybe we need actual plates for this meal, or maybe I'll put it under the bottom as like a reinforcement. Since our kitchen is like kind of out of commission, our sink and all of that is somewhat hooked up, mostly just the dishwasher. We've really just been trying to use paper plates, but this meal calls for reinforcement.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the night.
2:30, and I just woke Cody up to kick him out. I don't want him to sleep on the couch because then he's gonna have his back hurt. Good night, honey. tonight. And while he goes to bed, I'm gonna make another cup of coffee and keep editing, because if I don't keep at it, then it's not gonna get done, and I really, really need it to get done. Not even making it under the covers.
Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get